New week. Going to start off day one with some floor presses. So 5x5. We're going to work with the barbell for the floor press. Again, it'll just kind of be depending on how the shoulder's feeling. If you're feeling strong, feel free to get significant with the weight. When you're setting up, if possible, I don't know if it's excuse me. If it's possible at your gym to set up on a rack, but you can set up on a rack unless people frown upon that. But I don't know why they would, because you're benching, not curling in a squat rack. So you can set up from the rack so it's easier to get the weight up. And the GHR, so you're just going to start with the eccentric on this. So it's similar to our Nordic curl. I'm actually going to pull up the video right now. So glute ham raise, this is going to be the movement that we're doing, but I just want you to focus on the eccentric phase. So you're going to start from the top of the rep and then slowly lower yourself down, just like our Nordic curl.
GHDs is people don't a lot of times know exactly how to set up where they should be at on the pad. So when you look at where Laura's at, her knees are right about in the middle. Now what we'll do is we start with the knees on near the bottom, and we work our way up. The higher the knee, the harder it is, okay? So as you get better, we bring this up higher.
So as he says, the higher you go, the more difficult it's going to be. So your knees might be tucked kind of like on the side of the pad. So like the very low part, the end of the pad, that might be where your knees set up here. And can we talk about how fucking jacked this girl is really quick? Like, she's bigger than both of us.
All right. Now she's going to demonstrate here a second.
So starting
GHD,
from the top,
we're going to show a lot of the different. Start with her glutes flexed. She'll be in a.
Everything is straight here. So her hip is extended. She's shoulders are stacked over the hip, so she's not leaning forward. This is going to be super important. So I need you to make sure you're sitting up tall with this, just like with the Nordic curls we talked about. Same thing. Hip stays extended. I'm really just trying to move through my knee here, and I just want you again to focus on the eccentric.
Great.
So we're going to lower
knee,
super slow on the
at
way
this
down.
Point, what she'll do is she'll push against it like she's on a leg press. She's not going to pivot at the hips at all. So she locks out, and now
that's going to be your position when you find that. So I'm going to be fully extended. Make sure you're pushing your toes into the platform back here, so you're actually getting some leverage back through here. And when you finish, your thighs are going to be on top of the pad. So when you set up, your knees are going to be more back here, and then your knees are going to slide up as you finish the rep. But again, I want you going very slow on the way down. And then to get back up, you can just use the handles to push yourself back up. So eccentric GHRs today. We're going to go 5 of those, just as slow as you can go. So ideally like 3 to 5 seconds. Then you have strict pull-ups and slow Russian twists. You can do these with a plate, you can do these with a kettlebell, dumbbell, doesn't matter. You're just going really slow from side to side. And your Metcon today, you got 5 rounds, 12 goblet squats, 12 ring rows, and a 200 meter run. 12 goblet squats can be with a 53-pound kettlebell. And that is it. The big focus today is going to be that GHR, so make sure you watch that video in full. Hit me up if you have questions about it, but just the eccentric phase anyway, focusing on that hip extension, shoulder stacked over the hip. You're in a nice straight line as you're going through that. And that's day one.